Next question comes from the online world, Charles Jesse, and this kind of fits in with what we're talking about. Crime and violence in Miami is trending towards improvement. What policies that you've enacted as mayor do you feel can be implemented across the U.S. to reduce crime and violence in our country, yet maintain respect for all citizens' civil rights?
Yeah. So I think this is one of the big reasons why I'm running for president. I think it was your question, one of the unique things that I bring to the table. I might have mentioned quickly, or might have mentioned in the other side, that last year we had a per capita low homicide rate since 1964, and this year we're 37% below that number. So to contextualize all those numbers, sometimes I get into a lot of what they call key performance indicators, KPIs, right? All these numbers. Chicago, which has led the country in homicides for 11 consecutive years, had 700 homicides. Now, Chicago's a bigger city than Miami, so let's compare apples to apples. But in our worst year, our top year, we had 330 approximately. This year, ending August, we have 17. 1-7. How did we get there? I think it was multifaceted. One is the culture that you create as a leader. So when I first got elected, I did two things that I thought were important. The first is every time there was a homicide in my city, every single time, let's say it happened this evening or Friday evening, right? At 8 p.m., Saturday at 8 p.m. in the exact spot where it occurred, in the exact spot to the minute, 24 hours later, I ran a 5K that began and ended at that spot. Why is that important? It's important for two reasons. The first is I wanted my police department to understand the gravity of what just occurred. We sort of go about our daily business, and they do, and I'm not criticizing them at all. We all go about our daily jobs, our daily business. Sometimes we get desensitized to some of the things that are happening in our community. I wanted a little bit of shock, right? This just happened. If the mayor would have been standing in this very spot just 24 hours to the minute, I would have been shot. So, snap. Second thing is, if you go into my office, you'll see on the right-hand side, before you enter, a collage of drawings, of paintings from a lady named Chida Reagan. And they're young black kids that were shot and died, killed prematurely in our community. And why is that important? Well, any one of those kids could have been the mayor of Miami. Any one of those kids could have cured cancer. Any one of those kids could have operated on my kids and saved their life. So we need to understand that those children were robbed of generational opportunities, not just them, the kids that they would have had and the kids that they would have had, etc. So those are two things from a cultural perspective. The second thing is we never defunded our police. We always increased funding for our police. We always supported our law enforcement. Had the most officers ever in our history. We give them all the technological tools necessary for them to do their jobs. We have a 100% clearance rate. What does that mean? That means we've solved 100% of the few homicides we've had. It's actually over 100% because we solved some from last year. The national clearance rate is 54%. You get away with murder 50% of the time in this country. It's crazy. We never got into the no cash bail thing. I mean, you need to have law and order. We're a society of laws. Why do you think immigrants want to come to this country? They want to come to this country because this is a prosperous country, but it's also a law-abiding country where you know that if somebody does something to you, you can seek justice, whether it's monetary justice by suing someone or whether it's justice in terms of, someone doing something to you. So we never got into that. And then I think the third component is, having the lowest unemployment in America, highest wage growth. We're also qualitatively ranked as the happiest city in America and the healthiest city in America. So I kind of like jokingly say, if you're happy, you're healthy, you're working, and there's a lot of police officers, guess what you're not doing? Committing, violent crime. So I think it does require sort of an analysis of the ecosystem, and I do think it's scalable. To your point, I think those things, what I talked about, are things that can be done in every American city, and there's no reason why they shouldn't be.